Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. In this video, we will discuss about assignment operators. So, assignment operators, how this works, let's go and see. So, assignment will be represented something like by using is equal to, right? So, let us see how this works. Let's say I have this variable num and I wanted to assign 10 here. So, if I go and check, do we have 10 here? And we have 10 here. So by using this equal to symbol, we can assign any values to variables. So how does that works is that the right side value will be assigned to left side variable. So here we are using variable in the left side and value in the right side. So can we use value in the left side and use variable in the right side? So let us see. I am using this 10 equal to number 1. Does it work? So it was not working. Cannot assign a literal, so which is otherwise telling that you cannot use a value in the left side and variable in the right side. So we have understood this doesn't work. So let's go ahead and see one more example. Let's say I have this number 1 which is of 10. I have this number 2 which is of 20. I wanted to do some kind of addition operators. So let us execute this. I have this value stored. So I wanted to do addition. So with number 1 plus number 2. So I am to see the result. I am getting the output as 30, which is of 10 plus 20, which is of 30. So it is to just to show you that that right side we can not only having the direct values like 10 or any kind of strings, we can also have the expressions here. This is considered as an expression, right? So we are doing some operation here which is of arithmetic operator, which is of addition, and this addition will be stored in this addition variable. So that to illustrate that I have used this example. So this is how we can do any kind of an operation and store in the variable. So let's go ahead and see some more different things. That is what we have in by using this assignment operator. Say, let's say I wanted to store 10 value 10 in three different values. Let's say I have a, I wanted to store 10, I wanted to store 10 in b also, and I wanted to store 10 in variable T also. If I execute this, I can simply store these values, but these are lengthy code. Like, see, we are doing same thing again and again. So for the same value assigning of 10, we are using three different statements. So instead of doing that in Python, you can use in a single line itself. Let's say I am mentioning A equals B equals C equals 10. So by this, we can actually store all these values in the single line itself. If I go and print all these values, A comma B comma C, I can able to see all these values 10, 10, 10. So that is how you can actually store all these values in the single line itself. So let's go ahead and see one more example of, let's say I have A comma B equal to, I wanted to store two different values. So I am storing 10 in here and I am storing 20 in here. Does this works? Because I am using two different variables in single line itself. So it works. It was working. So I'm printing these values. Let's say let us use different variable names. I am using n1, number 2, something like that. I am executing this number 1 and number 2. I am printing number 1, number 2. I am getting the result as 10 and 20. By this you can able to understand that we can assign every variable in single line itself instead of assigning the values in different statements, right? So there is one thing. Let's say I have this number 1 and I wanted to store 10, 20, 30 in all these things. So it doesn't give me any error because I have used only one variable and I am assigning three different values. So if I probably go and check what I have in my n1, I am printing and I am getting as a tuple. So by this you can able to understand that whenever you are passing different values in the same line, so for the same variable, it will be stored like this. This process is called packing. So here what we are doing is that we are storing all these three different things in a single tuple. So this process is called packing. So let us go ahead and see different combinations here. Let's say I have n1 and I am using n1 and 2 and I am storing, let's say we have seen 10 and 20, right? So we will be seeing some more things like we will, if we, is it possible to store more values, let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, like this. Here I am having only two variables here, but I am assigning four values. Does this works? Let's see. So I am getting error, too many values to unpack. So that is telling that we are getting more values while packing, but to unpack we are getting very less variables. So what we can do is that we can do one approach. Let's say I am using this n1, and instead of simply mentioning this, I am can use star here. So this is a packing operator. I am using n2. So I pass this 10, 20, 30, 40. So what I will be getting is that if I print n1, I can get only one value, which is a first value. If I print n2, I can get all the values, the rest of the values in single list. This is how we can actually store all these values in single value itself. So this is applied when you don't know how many values that user might give and you wanted to store all these values in single item. In that time, you can actually store like this. So these are the different combinations we have seen. So let's go ahead and see which are all main things in assignment operators. So let's go ahead and see. Let's say I have number 1, which is of maybe this time 25. So I wanted to add one more 25 for this number. So how I can do that? Help me out. So yes, I can use number 1 is equal to number 1 plus number which is of 25, which is can consider number 2. So does this work? It works very well. So if I go and print my number 1, I can able to get 50. So I feel this is a lengthier statement. So can I shorten this statement? So to shorten this statement, I can use, let me first have this number. I have 25. So I am using some different value. Let's see some different statement like number 1 plus equal to 25. As this works, let me print this number 1, and I am still able to get this 50. So by this you can able to understand this whole statement can be represented by this single statement itself, right? You can able to understand. So here by passing this number 1 plus equal to some value, we can actually replace this whole statement here. What we are doing in this statement is that we are having this number, we are adding some other number to it, and we are storing those number in the same variable number 1. So the same thing will be happening here itself. So we have this number is added with this number, and this whole combination of operation will be stored in the same number itself. So this is how this works. So like this we can do different operations. Let us go ahead and see one after the other. I have this number 1 initially 50, and I wanted to do minus operator here with, let's say, 25. What I will be getting? I am getting 15. So not num, I have number 1. So if I execute this and I am able to get 25. Initially I have 50, I have removed 25, I am getting 25 back. So this is about uh, a subtraction. Let us go ahead and see multiplication. I have this number and I wanted to multiply this number, let's say 10. So I'm executing this in my, sorry, I am always mistakenly taking this number, and I am taking this number 1. So I have this 250. So I hope you have understood this. This statement is equivalent to number 1 is equal to number 1 multiplied by 10. So this long statement can be shortened by just simple this statement. So that is how this works. So let us go ahead and see different combinations like this. We can do any operators that we are having. We have different operators like, right? So I am dividing this number. If I go and see, I am getting 25.0. Let's say I am dividing this number with, I am using this exact division, floor division operator. I am this time I wanted to divide with 5. So I am getting 5.0. So next time I wanted to use exponential operator. Let's say I am using number 1 exponential of let's say 2, I am getting 625. This is to the power 2, right? So I am getting 625. Like this we can do, we have binary operators. We have binary operators, right? So bitwise operators, we can use those bitwise operators also. I am using number one bitwise and, where is this and? Bitwise and is equal to, let's say 8. What I am getting? So it is not supported with float here. What we are getting is here I will be convert this in integer itself so that I can able to get float value, integer value, right? So the function called illegal expression argument. So why I am getting this? I will remove this and I will store number one is equal to this self. So number one, I wanted to do this operation of and with 8. I am getting my number one as 8 because the same thing will be happening. So I am getting 8 by doing this bitwise and operator, and I can do bitwise or also. Bitwise or equal to, this time I will go with 5, and the value after this bitwise operator is 13, and I can go with shift. We have shift operators also, right? I will be using left shift with equal to symbol. I am using two shifts here and I am getting my number one as 52. Let us go ahead and see this number with right shift of, let's say, 3 times now. So I am getting this number now as 6. Like this we can do any operations by using this equal to symbol. Before equal to symbol we can mention any operator that we wanted to do. So I hope you have understood what we have discussed in this assignment operators. Initially we have discussed plain assignment. By using equal to we can assign any value to the variable. Going ahead we have seen different things like by using any operation we can do operation and store in a variable, and we have seen these things storing same value in different variables, and we have seen packing, unpacking, and all these things we have seen, right? So we have seen addition operators. Going ahead we have seen instead of using this whole expression we can just use this simple expression like this. We have seen with different operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, exponential operators, bitwise and or, and left shift and right shift. Like this we can do with any kind of operators. I hope you have found this video interesting. If it is true, hit the like button and subscribe for more, and also hit the notification bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video you will get the notification. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.